Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Skinner is going to do reading with you for Thursday, May 21st. We have been learning about what animal? Dolphins. Fun little animals that swim in the sea. Let's practice our song, the Dolphin Song, sung to the tune of the Addams Family. If you don't know about the Addams Family, it was a fun show that was probably popular when maybe your grandparents were young. Your parents might know the show, and you can probably find it on Netflix or Amazon, or maybe your parents will help you find it on YouTube. If your parents say it's okay, you could maybe watch it. I think it's okay for kids to watch. I haven't seen it for years and years and years, but it was a fun show about like monsters that lived in a house. Okay, so we're going to sing our dolphin song to the tune of the Addams Family. 1, 2, ready, go. When they get the notion, they jump out of the ocean with tail fluke locomotion. The Dolphin Family swim in the sea, wee, wee. Swim in the sea, live in a pod, swim in the sea, wee, wee. There you go. Dolphin song, just like Addams Family. And like our Days of the Week song that we used to sing with Dr. Jean. Dr. Jean, Days of the Week, sung to the tune of the Addams Family. That's on YouTube. Okay, so let's review our vocabulary. Do you remember this word? Equator. It's that imaginary line that goes through the middle of the world. And remember, I said to think of it like it's your belt, goes around the middle of your body. An imaginary line halfway between the North and South poles. Okay? The equator. And it's fairly warm near the equator. Near the equator and south of the equator is warm. When you start getting farther north of the equator, it tends to be less warm. If you go way south of the equator, way down here, then it gets cold again. And way up here is cold. But if you stay right in the middle, then it's warm. Okay. Do you remember this word? That's a mammal. A mammal is a warm-blooded animal that drinks its mother's milk and has a backbone and hair. So a dolphin is a mammal that swims in the sea. A mammal. Horses are mammals. Oxygen, an invisible gas in air and water that helps animals get energy from food. It's what they breathe. We breathe oxygen through the air. Fish breathe it underwater through their gills. Dolphins have to pop up out of the water and breathe in and out through their hole on the back of their neck. Ooh. Do you remember this one? Predator. A shark is a predator. He or she will eat other animals in the ocean. An animal that eats other animals is a predator. So then the animal that gets eaten is the prey. Animals that are eaten by other animals. Okay. We read this nonfiction text all about dolphins, a National Geographic book. And in here, there's a page where they compare dolphins to fish. I'm going to use my table of contents. Table of contents. It says, what's the difference? Or there's also one that says fish or mammal on page 6. I'm going to try that first. Page 6. Fish or mammal? Okay. So the text shows a side-by-side comparison Dolphins fish. It uses little labels and arrows to point out the differences. Scales and gills are a big difference. The shape of their heads. Their tails, a fish's tail moves side to side like this. A dolphin's tail goes up and down. So they used photographs and labels to point out the difference. They talk about, or tell us how dolphins talk. They have their own language. Do you remember that word? Dolphins use squeaks, squeals, and whistles to talk to each other. Some dolphins in a pod are in charge of watching for sharks and other predators. And they use something called echolocation to find out where other stuff is. I remember reading that here. Echolocation. Now on these pages, they show how the dolphins work together to catch food. Do you remember what they said the dolphins do? The dolphins in their little group kind of gather around and they surround a big school of tiny fish. And they kind of gather them, surrounded them, so the fish can't escape, and then they jump in and eat them. So they work together to catch food. Okay. Do you remember what a baby dolphin is called? A baby dolphin is called a calf. Do you know any other animal here on land that has a calf? There's a picture of a baby dolphin called a calf. What are some other mammals that have an animal called a calf? How about a cow? A cow has a baby and we call it a calf. All right. Dolphins like to swim in cold water or warm water? Dolphins like to swim mostly in warm water because they're warm-blooded. So they tend to swim in the area near the equator where it's nice and warm and sunny. Okay. In your packet, you have this. Labeling. Picture of a cute dolphin. And these boxes with arrows pointing to different parts. And down at the bottom, we have some words. We have flippers, fin, blowhole, eye, and tail. Okay? So, right here, that's the little hole on the back of the neck. So what do you think that is? That's the blowhole. So, I'll write that one for you, blowhole. B is the first sound, so I find the word that has a B. Blowhole. And I'm gonna write it. Blowhole. If you don't know how to spell it, look at the bottom down there. That's what the words are there for, to help you. And I wrote it right in that box. Okay, so what's this one pointing to? The eye. Okay, so that's right here. Right here, what's that pointing to? The flipper, so that's right there. Flippers, sorry, that's right here. Those are the flippers. This is the tail. This up here is the fin. Okay, fin, tail, flippers. Eye. That's it. Fin, flippers, tail, eye. Yep. Fin, tail, flippers. There you go. Okay, so fill in that picture and then you can color it if you'd like. And remember, in the back of your packet are those little paper books you can practice reading. You can practice those all week long, and you have some science stuff back there that has to do with dolphins. All right, see you soon. Good job.